This is probably a finals preview, to be completely honest. TF2 didn't look the best going into that game against TF2 TF2 did not look very good going into that game against NOOBPANZER, but we're not talking about them. We are talking about NOOBPANZER. We're playing against Witness Gaming right now. Once again, ETF2L Season 44, Week 7. The number 2 versus number 1 seed of ETF2L Premiership. We're on a product, and so far, neither team really going super aggressive here on the middle.
We'll see how that goes, though. One way or another, you gotta engage at some point. Once the point opens, you want to have this thing as soon as you can. Soldiers trying to disappear behind already. Papi with the bomb straight onto the combo in the meantime as well. Big damage onto the DuMmTm. Can't get a kill just yet, though. Joe's getting juggled over, but he's still hitting stickies. Papi will go down. Still have Silent to worry about in the backline, but they have all eyes on that one, and that's just gonna work out wonders for them here. Gets them the first mid win, and then some. Not too bad to spare, but that's just fine. The timer is ticking down now.
Huge bomb out of Hugo there at the very start of the middle. Picks off Thomas. Really honestly leaves Witness without much of an angle to really hold on to mid anymore. Losing that central rock control. So big for NOOBPANZER. They managed to come across clean. Slenters doesn't find anything with his bomb, and it means that instead we're just going to see the Pappy trade. Uber comes forward. It's 2 flash for both teams, and now 1 soldier behind is going to get chased by most of the team of Witness. They haven't really found that much in the meantime. There's 1 soldier of Hugo bombing across, and Silenters and Pappy are now behind. A lot of space created, but not really capitalized off of quite yet. There's a single Chad pipe kill onto Piggles, but Auto might just get run down by Voxy, but instead stays alive. Now it's a 2v2 on the middle as Gazzy wants to find his former teammate in Auto, but doesn't quite get it. Pappy cleans him up, comes back, and Witness Gaming take a crazy little fight.
That was insane by Thomas as well. Hit like 2 lead shots back to back from 2 different players. Instantly kills both of them. Brilliant stuff there. That's what you need to see on this map, right? It's the DM map for a reason. You still need to play smart, but you also just gotta hit every single shot you hit in every single fight. Or else it doesn't matter how smart the fights are you're taking here. By the looks of it, NOOBPANZER doesn't get a chance to hit many of them just now. They're just getting shut down from main.
Yeah, the forward hold out of Witness is so powerful. So much damage there is dealt by Pappy and Silenters combining themselves with the rockets. But actually, it feels like finally maybe NOOBPANZER have broken the stalemate just a little bit. Joe getting forwards into main, but Pappy just hits such a nice rocket there onto Hugo. Piggles barely living the Silenters bomb as well. 6 HP. But it shuts down the push for now. It's NOOBPANZER going forwards here onto middle. Still 20 ad here for Thomas. They're just going to pop you straight in onto Piggles, but it's not going to be any kill onto him. I say that because Thomas is just running forwards. Piggles doesn't get the Uber, and now everyone's stuck on Cliff. Auto can just surf it all the way out. The bomb comes in, does clean him up, but everyone else on NOOBPANZER is just going to get taken down. It's a wipe. But crucially, that medic kill onto Auto does happen, but no one's with Piggles and Spawn.
I mean, got away with the spawners here. It's not going to be nearly as much ad, but at least it's any ad at all. It is key. Clutch to get that one right now. Witness now finally in the lead on the timer. Still a far cry from the round being over, but gotta actually get back to point first on NOOBPANZER if they want to have a chance to come back to begin with. That might still be a long ways off. Who knows? With Gazzy dying as well. They're 5 into this fight right now. Want to come back to point quickly. You can see them push up quite a bit already. Get some bombs going as well. Puck on the flank, trying to get some damage.
Oh my god.
Just gets nuked down by like 3 people together. Working on that 1 kill, or the rest of the combo just can't really make a move just yet.
Yeah, they're stuck so far back. They're really relying on Puck to be that aggressive space creator, but unfortunately they're just not finding anything. Instead, just once again, Witness, they're just picking off this right side, left side rather, as Silenters and Pappy again. They're finding so much. Domo found a trap kill onto Gaz a lot early as well, but it's just slowing down NOOBPANZER. You can see they want to get aggressive. The Ubers are even. This could be, in theory, a favorable trade for them, as now they finally got the spawners. Looking at to walk across the point right now. It's a soldier on top, and the spam's coming forwards onto Witness. They have 100%, but so does Piggles.
Ooh, I just doesn't get the force, but gets a kill instead here. More and more it's getting dicey on Autos, and will have these eventually. Ixie already died out of his sight, wants to fall back, help with the kill in the backline. You get that soldier finally taken care of, but so much of this being focused going back, leaving with the player behind, keeping themselves alive, does not bode well for the presence on point. Almost capped up by the side of NOOBPANZER, but almost just isn't quite enough. They give NOOBPANZER, they give Witness a chance to come back, keep up the fight, and the second they could, back on the point, block this one right in time to still clock down some more time on the point, and it's getting dangerously now. 10 seconds left for Witness.
10 seconds left and the bombs come out of NOOBPANZER to try and stop them, but a kill onto Joe instead. Shut down a lot of NOOBPANZER's aggression here, but it's still, they just kind of have to go forwards. It's 0 time left on the clock for Witness Gaming. They just have to hold off these two scout players as Gazzy and Voxy trying to dance around the point, but it's one kill onto Voxy. Gaz gets taken down as well. Just Pickles running forward with his Ubersaw out, doesn't get it. Joe's bombing in, doesn't hit as much damage as he would have wanted. Just single kill onto Pappy, and Witness Gaming, they tie it up. Uber popped, not quite sure if that made it to the logs. That is a 1-0 for Witness Gaming.
Started off promising, but once Witness got into control, they did not give this point back up. Looked dicey there for a second, but they got this under control once they got going here, and the second Witness wins the mid-fight as well. I think this might be a very done deal here. NOOBPANZER needs to just continue off strong after a strong start here. This mid-fight is going to be hugely important for them.
Really big mid-fight coming up here. It's both soldiers now for Witness Gaming sitting around Cliff. Stomo as well, just exchanging spam, waiting for the enemy team to come forwards. As now Silentis, he's aggressing in behind onto the enemy now, has a pack as the scout is still just sitting on Cliff. No team really engaging here as NOOBPANZER don't want to go forwards. Puck wants to go in, but takes so much damage in the process. Pappy might just get taken down, and Cliff, no, he survives, and instead the opening kill goes on to Voxy, but now Domo under so much pressure, and Puck comes in, finds him. Auto doesn't really have anyone with him, but Silentis in the meantime, he's still behind, and he finds so many members, Pickles included. Doesn't get the escape plan kill, but Adiski's only with 19 HP. Auto stayed alive for all of that, and now they have 100% Uber.
What a disaster sent to the mid with a bit of Matt dying, and I mean, if previous evidence is anything to go by, being off the point for NOOBPANZER might just be the end of the round as well. They could have really showed that they've picked up on how Witness is doing this map right now, because if they don't beat whatever Witness is throwing at them at this stage, then it's going to be a far cry from getting any points tonight. We'll see how it goes. Get out of spawn without much of a foothold at least. That helps a lot already, but there's still an Uber to chew through, and Witness sure is not going to make this too easy, I'm imagining.
Yeah, the Tomas kill is nice, but they have to find a little bit more. They have to find some sort of an angle, but it gets destroyed by Silentis on the flank. Wants to go in, just gets airshot instead, and now Domo just hits so much damage with his pipes as well. Really hard for NOOBPANZER to engage at all, because once again, I mean, there's still an Uber disadvantage. They really want to get this force out of autos. They can kite back, use an Uber of their own when they get it in about 10 seconds. But so far, nothing really to be found, as Domo is eating a little bit of spam, but no fights engaged. It's Uber up for Pickles. Looks like maybe now Witness Gaming, they're just spamming so hard.
Anything that comes their way, it's just going to be taking so much damage right away. Makes the approach a lot harder, makes the Uber being used a lot faster than Pickles. Still a fairly even Uber in theory. In practice, though, we'll see how that ends up. Puck gets flashed in the end as well. Not going to last nearly as long as it could have. So a fairly even fight, all things considered, but it just comes down to the post over here. I would imagine the bombs come through quick, the second defense as well. Right on the medic, bombs across by both Red Soldiers, brilliant damage as well, but Papi just takes them down on the way back. Everyone's so weak that barely is even still alive at this point. Still trades out one more. Now it's just two healthy scouts against one, and I don't think the Beam alone is going to win Voxy that fight. I mean, it's tough that it all started with Auto dying to begin with. Nice stuff by Disky and Puck, I suppose, but Witness Gaming sure made certain of the fact that the second they're going to be leaving the point again after the push. They're not going to leave it alive at all.
We normally frame Viaduct as a scout map, but honestly, Pappy and Silentis are playing this so well. It feels like every single rocket that they shoot is doing just a million damage on the enemy team, and it makes it so much harder for NOOBPANZER to really take any space. Aggression now forwards on to Auto. Decent damage, and he just about manages to get the kill there, does Hugo, and now the collapse is coming forwards out of NOOBPANZER, and it seems like maybe finally they found some sort of wind of success, but it's all really onto Park, and he doesn't manage to find it. Instead, Ixie and Domo, they still manage to clean up, still hold on to the point, but crucially, Pickles left alive in 90%, and Witness, they are not there to defend the point quite yet.
Ixie is just playing a point-and-click game, man. He clicks on everyone twice, they just fall over and die instantly. That's just not fair at all, it feels like, and it's going to continue on being Witness's point. 40 seconds left is exactly what they have. There's not a lot of time to spare. Newbad might help him here a little bit, get some kills, get some space, finally reclaim the point, but this is a far cry from what you want to see this Uber to do as well. Auto gets out just fine. A couple of people down doesn't change much about it. They have plenty of time to spare here. Maybe making them work through foothold helps a little bit, but the second Witness has his Uber charge. You want to make sure you get out of there as quickly as you can, or it's going to be more of the same what we've seen already.
Yeah, Witness are completely fine with that trade. They only lose 2 members. They're back up already. They're going to have Nuba soon onto auto, sitting 80% now. You can see the Ixie Pyro comes out. Silentius just bombed up on top just to check to see who was on that right side angle. Now Soldier Bombs come across as well, do a lot of damage. And this Ixie Pyro now just kind of running forward. But it's a kill only onto Pappy here. As a follow-up bomb comes out of Silentes, gets denied by Puck as well. Such a nice rocket there to keep him back. Wants to get a little bit more aggressive, but air piped out of Domo in return. As now Witness Gaming, they have their soldier member back up, and they are pushing forwards onto the point.
Alright, let's see who will pull the trigger on the super first. No one really wants to budge just yet, but there it is. The scout Uber Thomas leads the charge for Witness Gaming coming out. Well, much later charge from Pickles should value quite a bit right now. Let's see what they can actually manage to do with the position they're getting on this one. A lot of damage for the 12 already here. Just taking the presence over the point as much as they can, throwing damage with the slight more invincibility they have, and trying to take this as far as they can. Everyone's hitting so much damage in the end though. NOOBPANZER barely ahead on this one. Bomb across by Sil, gets one more. Bomb on point by Puck in return. Trying to just get them off this cap, keep this thing red, keep the timer going. But there's another bomb from behind, and there's no worried about the scout up front. They are not seeing the soldier from the back lines.
Pickles just got one tapped. Oh my god. He got like 1 frame there. He actually barely managed to make it work against the bomb out of Pappy. Went so far down, managed to dodge around, but then the Ixie ball into the Silentes bomb, same frame, same tick. You just get 1 shot.
Oh no, Gazzy's main classing again.
Oh no, it's over. Actually, just go next right now. Disky's in onto auto, does so much damage. He hasn't found the rockets. Now Puck follows up and he finds the medic frag. Such a big deal for NOOBPANZER, but there's just no time on the point. They don't get on it.
Joe had to jump and he thought he could walk there in time.
Oh. For Witness Gaming.
Oh no, Gazzy went back to switch classes. Well, if he stayed on Pyro, it would have been a miserable fight, but he would have made it to the point maybe. Oh, that's just a painful way to lose a round.
So unfortunate for NOOBPANZER there. Honestly, it must feel like they could have at least kept it. I'm not even sure if they would have won, but just kept it going for just a little bit longer. They really honestly feels like now they just need some momentum. They haven't been able to deal with these Silentes Pappy bombs. You can see once again he's just going behind as NOOBPANZER instead of just choosing to go forward, just send it all in. It's decent kill on 2 Pickles, but the bomb comes in out of Silentes and just gets the kill onto Pickles. They get 1 kill onto Domo, but is that enough? Maybe the bomb, the kill onto Auto is. Everyone now from Witness Gaming is stuck so far back, but it is just 1 German. Gazzy up against the world, hits a really nice shot against Ixie, takes him down, but now he has to deal with the rest of Witness. He's so very low. Silentes doesn't hit the air shot, and he manages to find 2. Honestly, delays for time, that's pretty much as good as it gets.
Yeah, it's a couple of seconds here, but like 10, 15, whatever it was. It's just not time Witness gets right now, and maybe they can stop the recap here as well. They're spawning just in time to make something happen at least, and the devs, Gazzy Core certainly help a little bit with that, but Disky Sugars on the point, the only one that for forward will get melted right away. They just want this cap right here, right now. No one's dying for it either, not even having to suffer from worse spawns on the side of Witness. All up, looking for them here again on round 3, and mind you, that's map point as well. If they just clean up 1 more, they're done here already. That's 3 points on the tables for them.
NOOBPANZER just unable to find a really good angle into a point. You can see them trying, poking and prodding as they finally send their 2 soldiers across, but they only managed to get Hugo in. Damage onto Auto is dealt, but it's just not enough, and now Puck is so low, they're not able to find the kill onto Dobos. They finally get it, but you're trading 4 for a Demoman kill is not what you want. Ideally, you really want that medic force.
Nothing coming out of it this time around. Both mats now full Uber, not what NOOBPANZER wanted to see at all, and it's just getting worse and worse. They're seeing more and more things. They don't like Fort Hole yet again. Not really as a convincing one, I think, just yet, but it might still do some work here. No one's on the right, so everyone's just cliffside hole. You don't see that all too much, and certainly Witness tries to play it safe. However, still pulls out late. 1 soldier down already. Silentes stuck behind, but not anyone caught by surprise of that play as well. Nice shot in the meantime by Disky, going deep already, while Joe finds the force left and right. Wherever they go, they find exactly what they were looking for here as well. And Thomas will just find certain defeat, tries to get the force out, but just gets slammed in the face by a face full of stickies.
Now NOOBPANZER have 100%. They have to find out what are they going to use this advantage for. It's a maybe.
Oh, what is Puck cooking?
Domo,
What's he doing?
Just goes on the cliff, just doesn't find it. But Silentes, he's juggled up and he almost gets pickled there. The air shot might have almost killed the medic, but he stays alive for now. But Joe, in the meantime, actually just falls down. 1 Pappy so low here on cliff, and he hits the rocket. Well, goes down. Still uber advantage here for Piggles. Actually, the death onto Auto as well means this, once again, it's just full ad.
Park was just 10 steps ahead there. Just grabbed behind right side spawn to the left on cliffside and just snuck up behind them while no one was any of the wiser. Huge play for the side of NOOBPANZER. Finally, things are looking pretty good for them here. Do get forced out pretty early, and the soldier gets dropped off the beam as well. Not good anymore all of this sudden. Still have Thomas to worry about in the backlines even. That alone is annoying enough already here. And Ixie on top of that, just causing mayhem up front as well. There's so much to take care of right now. There's another bomb to follow suit as well. That is not giving them a moment to rest.
They're trying everything they can right now to get in onto Auto, but he just managed to dodge so masterfully. Joe, unfortunately, not able to find any pipes, and there's one meat shot onto him, but not a second one. Just means that Auto manages to escape. He lives for now. Doma, once again, gets a little bit aggressive, gets called out by Puck there. Nice little bomb, but then Adiski tries to follow it up, but unfortunately, just ends up bombing his scout. Now, no high ground space makers for NOOBPANZER make this entry into mid a lot harder. You can see them already really struggling with this Pappy sitting on top of his own cliff. And now Silentis can just bomb in through main, get the kill onto Gazzy going. And now Hugo as well, stuck in the air, gets air shot by Silentis and shut down Adiski as well. 2 up for NOOBPANZER. They have an Uber charge, but it's such a consolation prize. They only have 50 seconds in this map.
You really don't want to use it as forward hold either, but you might have to. Gazzy back on Pyro. I mean, didn't do exactly the wonders they did last time, but I mean, against the forward hold it might be helpful, I suppose. Let's see how much work this one can do though right now. Soldier's playing it safe. You don't want to give the Pyro too much, but I mean, even then, the Pyro will have to swap off. You actually hear the bomb finally coming through, trying to sneak past Pyro sideline. Piggles taking so much damage off that, but it's not quite enough. Yeah, he just gets blasted out again. Avalas really being strange like that sometimes.
Oh my god.
Oh, he gets
God
destroyed
bless.
as well. Never mind.
Finally some justice for Silentis. I don't know how he did that. He just
They almost
survived
have
forever.
now though. This wasted so much time.
It really does. Auto has Uber charge. They can fight this in return. They're going to have one Silentis down, but doesn't really matter. Thomas actually drops down so low, and he hasn't been able to get in. This Pyro denies his entry in onto the enemy medic. You can see now, instead, just once again, shut down by the Gazzy Pyro. The bomb comes in out of Pappy to try and find something, anything to make it happen onto NOOBPANZER, but instead, it's Domo getting taken down as well. Not able to find a demo kill, and now, once again, NOOBPANZER have an Uber advantage. They have to make something happen of this. They're playing this aggressively onto Cliff, but it might just be Joe getting taken down by Ix, instead just runs forwards at him. Now, so many members of NOOBPANZER just falling.
Oh, they're just pressing W on them and it's working brilliantly, and suddenly this part doesn't look so good anymore when the scouts are able to just reign supreme. There's the bomb coming through as well. Isolated medic from the Pyro. It's not what you like to see here. You need these Diablos to protect people right now, but it's barely saving anyone right now. Voxy, the guys as well, Gazzy hanging on for dear life, but is that good enough right now? There's still a minute and a half left for Witness to just recap once.
They have to hold on to this point flawlessly for another minute and 20 seconds. They're making it work so far, I say, because there's just an Adiski in onto Auto, and now no heals for Witness Gaming. With Piggles going down as well, keeps NOOBPANZER in the map. But they have to make some kills happen, and it looks like Witness, they're just marching forwards onto the point. It's just Puck left alive. Hits a nice rocket onto Thomas, but there is no red members left. And there we go. It's a 3-0 for Witness Gaming.
When was the last time, like in general team history, we had a team that was this dominant on this map? It's actually crazy that they just keep getting away with it. And I guess with this much dominance as well against a team like NOOBPANZER, who have been proven to be one of the top contenders this season, it's still a 3-0 anyway. TF2 easy for a second pass as well, gave them a run for the money, but they still came out on top as well. So what do they know that all of us out here just do not understand about this map?
DuMmTm, do you know the last time we've had a season where a team hasn't dropped a single point?
Oh no, did they? No, Witness did drop a point last season, right?
Yeah. And besides
that was funny. I don't remember.
Besides that, we're looking at maybe, I think, a singular 7 season, but probably not, to be completely honest. I actually don't remember the scoreline at the top of my head.
I'll check right now.
But I think
that's not how you spell 7. Whatever I just typed.
Yeah, I think, guys, I hate to be that guy. I hate to be super hyperbole caster mode, but this is one of the most dominant Prem teams you're ever going to see.
They're the GOATs for a reason.
Yep.
It's GOAT season, baby.
I'm just saying, this team is kind of crazy. So crazy that it crashes in my game when it swaps to Granary.
Okay, how do we define a perfect season? Because I can find one of 7s, but that has 2 default wins and they drop the map in playoffs.
Yeah, okay.
So
Does this Witness Gaming, do they still have penalty points?
no, actually, I don't think they do.
Alright, if they've been cleared of penalty points, then I guess it's No, a perfect season would be not dropping a single round, which I don't think we're going to see happen. Can you imagine? Just play a whole season, not lose a round?
And then get a warning because you didn't upload the demo again, and Wandum and Bonfreeze don't have it for you.
Nope. Oh my god, my TF2 launched and crashed immediately again. Ah! Gay man! This game's been out for 20 years.
It'd be like that sometimes, you know. Well. Ooh, and you know who gave them a default win that season as well? Oh, never mind. Oh, I thought Papi gave them a default that season on 7 as well. That wasn't the case. There would have been some funny little history there. Oh, there's a second 7-1 where they won everything, plus 1 default win. They did, however, get a default win from a Disky that season, so
ooh.
Make of that what you want.
Alright, DuMmTm. We just saw an absolute firebomb shellacking from Witness Gaming on that first map. So there were some logs on your screen. I actually didn't look at them because I was busy trying to relaunch my game.
Your game, yeah.
The logs that are linked in chat are not the right game, but they were on your screen.
It's logs, alright.
They are logs, but
you can look at them.
But I'm telling you, CSG did not play that game.
I don't know.
So I'm just gonna assume that, like, I'm gonna be honest. Once again, Pappy and Solentes ran an absolute train on NOOBPANZER there. It really felt like Soldier Div. I think it comes across in this damage as well. Look at how much damage the soldiers are doing.
Yeah, and that's really key, right? It feels so demotivating at a low level to play this map sometimes, but at a higher level, you just need to be able to do the damage wherever you can before you die. It doesn't matter if you die, you just gotta make sure that whatever you bump into will get killed eventually. And if you make your short lives and products all the work, then you're gonna get these results. It's all about efficiency here.
I really want to give a shout out to Puck, though, on the enemy team. He did such a good job, actually. Really felt like the standout player on NOOBPANZER. Made so much happen for his team, even though it didn't result in any rounds.
After saying Soldier Div, okay? That's just not how that works.
Yeah. It was still Soldier Div. Despite how well he was playing, Pappy and Solentes just kind of destroyed them. I feel like normally we watch these games, we go afterwards, and we're like, damn, aren't Ixie and Tomas good? I think this time, it's, damn, aren't Solentes and Pappy good? So
when are we gonna go, nice. Damn, isn't Auto good? When are we getting that game? Where you just, like, gets the craziest serves 10 times in a row.
Maybe.
It's gonna happen
one
of these days.
You know where it's not gonna happen, DuMmTm?
Not here.
Yep, not on Granary.
Actually, it's very easy to have that happen here, because everyone expects both medics to die on mid.
Every
Every time you survive, it's a miracle.
If Auto lives this mid, I will be very impressed.
It's NOOBPANZER's map pick too, they must know something here.
Surely they have some tech. They've got something in the oven.
They played this twice, I believe. One of those was a golden cap against Swift, which doesn't sound that great, but it was a really, really boring game. I don't know if that's the way to beat these guys, but they also did beat CSG on this very convincingly, so they have something for this map. Let's see if it's good enough, though, because they want these points. Otherwise, TF2Z might still have a chance to reclaim their second place.
Yeah, NOOBPANZER right now playing for their second slot, potentially, honestly, maybe, no, never mind. I actually just did more maths in my head. No, they're not going to get first place, but they're trying to make it close against Witness Gaming. They just were not able on a product map number 1. It really did not go their favor. They got completely destroyed by Pappy and Solentes, and now, once again, on Granary, Pappy and Sil going in super early, and Piggles, nice little roundabout bob there, makes himself live for now, as Auto as well is going to ride some rockets all the way back into his own choke as the bomb comes in, out of Joe included. Disky as well wants to go forwards, but it's 3 dead for NOOBPANZER. Now it's 3 up for both teams. Actually, Voxy getting a little bit aggressive, but 2 projectile classes for Witness Gaming means that they can peek a choke. They can have Domo walk forwards, but they cannot go in. You can see Hugo sits up top, and he just jumps down on Auto. Actually, just goes for forwards, and he has to pop the rocket connects as well. But that Ubercharge pop out of Puck is such a big play for NOOBPANZER, who can now come right back into the middle.
Alright, well, Auto did everything right a bit by Tiny surf back to choke. It does dodge the bomb coming in early, and there's the force by Solentes. They're already trying to leave, but they're not letting them go anywhere. looks like Witness might not want to use that Uber that they did here in the end, but it's all working out as intended. Do lose the players here for the attempt. Ixie still goes down, might not keep this midpoint, but they're sure not going to leave this point empty-handed. Or rather, I guess both teams will leave this point empty-handed. Neither team has Uber anymore, but with players still up, they're trying to make more of this as well.
Oh, they're just busting in straight through choke, and they're making it work. Puck once again hits huge rockets, finds 2 kills, followed up by Boxy there. Thomas and Domo both go down, and this opens the door. No Demo Man up, no Ubers up for Auto. Actually, it's 6 up for NOOBPANZER. They can just bin it all the way into last. It's 4 seconds here for Domo. They have to come right back up. You can see NOOBPANZER, they're already pushing in. High ground is taken, space created. The cap is half already now as Silentis has to jump onto the point as Puck is now cleaned up. Uber for Auto means that maybe the push for now is stalled and stymied because everyone else on NOOBPANZER has to run out. They've lost 3, but huge heads-up plays here. Pickles, 84%.
That was a very, very valiant attempt by the red team there. And the fact that they also realized ahead of time that it's not working, we need to ditch, probably even more impressive here as well to get out alive of all of this. However, they're not done with a little bit of tomfoolery just now. They're just sneaking around him here.
The Uber trade is now going to come in on 2 point as Gaz actually taken down on the flank. In the meantime, it's Joe found as well, not in the Uber fight correctly there. Mispositioning a little bit, not with his medic. And that's him taking down Pickles as well. This trade for NOOBPANZER is an absolute disaster. It's a Disky and a Hugo Puck desperately trying to salvage it and choke, and they're just somehow managing to find 3. Everyone goes down as the sync bombs come across. Ixie managed to follow that up, but those bombs are so big.
You were saying about Soldier Diff before? These guys are just unleashed on this map, it looks like.
They're playing this so well. That bomb, that heads-up play is so nice. And it lets them hold on to the middle. You can see the bomb come forwards out of Pappy here. Decent damage onto Joe. Doesn't quite manage to find the kill, but it is followed up by Thomas. Now, Pickles dead as well because Adisky's actually Ixie rather has found him. Adisky's all the way back here. Not going to do anything. Just back on last here, but no Demo Man, no medic. This feels like Witness Gaming. They're just managing to turn the tables, take it ever so forward because Ixie's found another one.
Yeah, you praise the red soldiers for 1 second and then the blue scouts just come in and bring back reality. Actually, this is the best class in the game. And you know what? They're making a good argument for themselves here. Back all around and all of the sudden, Witness is in power position. But unlike their opponents, they're having an Uber charge up already. And while this crit squeak might be funny, I don't know if it has time to make an impact right now. Witness just plays their cards right. There's a gun, there's a heavy. There's a lot to chew for right now. But already busy with the gun. That's one thing taken care of for the most part here. What can the rest of NOOBPANZER do?
Puck made the effort with the sniper as well, made an attempt, but it's Adisky getting taken down already. Now gunned down, decent damage. It's a kill onto Thomas. That leaves a lot less space for Witness. And this Heavy's doing so much work, almost completely uncontested in the backline. Kill onto Auto. Yes, it's 1 kill onto Joe. Domo's the only member up, and NOOBPANZER, they managed to hold on. Now Pickles as well. He's got himself this 100% crits. He's going to have to use this aggressively forwards. I'm not quite sure if Witness know that he's on it. If they don't, this could be destructive for NOOBPANZER.
This is make or break right now. You go this crit quick just to clutch a hold, but now you have to make a whole round out of it somehow. We'll see if they can manage. This can be very awkward. Adisky might just die before anything happens though. Taken care of in Lunchbox, and suddenly it's a little bit more awkward right now, and they really got to make sure they can actually use the surprise factor still at all.
It's going to be probably just a Scout's crits on to Voxy here as they come through. It's so hard without the Zuba to actually bust in onto Yard, but instead they've managed to make it work. Witness, they do not want to hold, but another sticky kill on there onto Hugo. It's going to slow NOOBPANZER down. It's exactly what they want. Auto, 75%. You can see NOOBPANZER then not feeling confident going into the middle without that Uber charge. Instead, now they're sitting in a situation. This is a defensive crits against an Uber charge.
It's a bit of an awkward one right now. Witness
know.
played this so safe the entirety of leaving second. They get a lot of free space, but the Uber advantage they have is so much better, and it just gets better from there somehow. Still with a beautiful 2-shot on the medic. There's no counterplay for that as well. Unless you hit the sickest surf of all time, you're not getting out of that. The soldier has so much time to hit the rockets, and you can't force. What are you gonna do? You're just stuck there hoping your team kills him in time, and still sure was faster than those guys.
That's such a beautiful rocket out of Silentes, perfectly placed as well. The surf was awkward from Pickles. I feel like, honestly, that was a very sort of unorthodox stuff that he managed to pull out, but it opens the door now for Witness to pop the Uber onto last, and they managed to get that kill onto Joe. But the follow-up kills, they might not be there. The health is so bad for Witness, but they're managing to come through. It's just sheer numbers as Celentes finds 2 more. Such a round from him in the end, making it happen with that bomb forwards. It feels like, honestly, they just played like... I just don't think they knew that he was an Uber until Celentes shoots that rocket. There's no way.
The worst part is as well, they decided to go for it all on the last hold as well. Pickles went swinging for 3 saws, only hit one of them. If all of them hit, it would have been sick, I guess, and he would have gotten Uber, but as it stands, no one got any arrows in the meantime, and Witness just runs away with better heals at the end, clutches the fight, 7-minute first round, not a short one at all, but there's still a lot of time left to bring this back. The mid-fight has to just go their way though. Let's see how they contest this one. From the get-go, Sticky's denied the DuMmTm's pack for a little bit here, nothing too decisive just yet. Slow start, but it's Granary the second someone's in. It's gonna be a bloodshed right there. Still right on the medic. That's one down already. And now, Otto just needs to live. That man's already way through choke to survive all this.
Witness doing such a good job of pressuring Pickles really early on, and then managing to get Auto evacuated back into choke, making sure that he's safe, and it just opens the door for the rest of the cleanup to come forwards. Pappy as well takes a little 2v1 on second there as the Disky. He can just peek, shoot rocket, get the kill. Nope. He's gonna go back instead, and that means that this is so dangerous now for NOOBPANZER. It's Puck on this sniper. He's gonna have to hit a hero shot, try to make a miracle happen, because Auto's at 100%. Witness have already taken down the gun, and it's so difficult for NOOBPANZER to hold this.
It's going to be a tough one here right now. Let's see what they can do. Joe building whatever last percentage they can have here, but it's not going to matter in time at least. They got to win this fight somehow against this invincible blue squad running in, gun up front, already taken care of easily. Having the high ground might be a bit of a problem, but let's see what the rest of Witness can do here. Soldier up top, trades one out, not the best. The Disky still has some high ground. Auto in the sky, falls slowly down, will survive just barely, but is that enough? No one has good space on Witness.
Oh, Joe, it's a nice little pipe there as well. Knocks Pappy up into the air, completely denies his bomb. And it feels like NOOBPANZER just hold on with a prayer. Managed to make it work. Auto was shot up so high, he wasn't healing his team. And he just manages to just not heal anyone. And NOOBPANZER, off of that, honestly, managed to stay in the round. Had it been closer, had it been air shot, I'm feeling, probably would have been able to heal his team.
We'll see what comes off here in the end. Pipe spam coming through, trying to deny them some space, but that's not enough for the fourth fight. It looks as if the soldiers really do have to commit. Papi tries, Celentes is still around on mid as well. They're looking for it for sure, and they're getting anything but the medic in the meantime.
Yeah, this is just completely fine. Honestly, they trade in the soldier, they trade in the scout, they get the Uber forced out of Pickles, but that is so much pressure relieved on the side of Witness Gaming, who no longer have to be staring down the barrel of a Pickles 40% ad. Instead, now, although there's one soldier pick, they're still down the scout, but they're electing to try and get in onto mid here. Pappy does not have the health, does not have the space to realistically get in, and it puts Witness Gaming's entire combo in such a terrible position here in onto choke, and they lose Domo for it. Luckily, the bomb out of Puck did not find anything more, but honestly, that feels like so aggressive, needlessly so for Witness.
Alright, whatever happened, I guess. Now they have the Uber safety net in the back here, but this taking so long as it did, Pickles is close as well. Don't want to fight just yet, just don't have their own Uber charges yet, but if they want to recontest, maybe there's a tiny chance they might actually take this after all. Domo just now spawns.
He's up, he's ready. So are both the Ubers, as we're saying, and now it's even Ubers on Granary Yard, and Celentes is bombing in! And once again, he just finds the rockets, makes it happen. The Uber comes out of Pickles, and the rocket onto Hugo as well from Pappy on top completely denies any hope that NOOBPANZER have of trying to make something happen in return. Instead, it's Gazzy running onto ramp room, immediately shut down by Pappy, and also takes a lot of damage walking into choke, but there's no follow-up at all, which means he gets into yard uncontested. Doesn't have to pop the Uber, and now NOOBPANZER, they're back on last. They don't have anything to hold this with.
Yeah, it's gonna be dire. Voxy switching to engineer, but that's very little, very late. All they have is the Disky behind. That flank has to do so much, and it can't even get in time to block the cap on second.
Yeah, this kill onto Hugo as well, just not enough for them. He bombs in, the Uber comes out. It would have come out anyway, though, and the follow-up bomb, the cleanup comes out for Witness Gaming, and they're up 2-0.
It's a tough one right now, and I mean, the only thing that comes to my mind right now is You obviously don't get every map each week in the map picking process. I wonder if Sunshine, Gully Wash, and whatever else process, I guess, was available. That might have been a contender for DuMmTm's pick this week, because it's looking rough on Granary right now.
This is looking pretty dominant. It just feels like, honestly, right now it's just Sill running a train on these NOOBPANZER guys. Puck is doing his damnedest to try and keep pace with Silentis. But you do such a good job on the flank. You can see now this time around on middle, it's Gaz and Adidiski rather as well, immediately trying to make a denial happen onto Silentis. It's a kill onto Pappy as well, but Domo actually is the one alive because Joe is dead in the meantime, and now everyone on NOOBPANZER is so far back in their own choke. They don't have the space anymore. No, Demoman means that the rest of Witness Gaming, they're just coming in through ramp. They can keep on pressuring this. They know that they want to. They're going for it. Silentis bombs in, gets denied by scouts this time around, but Thomas is being so aggressive here on the flank. Adiski, a lot of damage on the Domo to find the kill. Uber's traded for both teams, but look at where the Witness Uber is. It's all the way out in no man's land. It's a kill onto Ixie as well. Counter kill onto Adiski is a decent start, but they're not mining anything further. I say that as Thomas is getting taken down, but there's just no higher ground here for Witness on the middle. They have to walk out, and the kill onto Domo. It means that NOOBPANZER, they can just keep this rolling.
I think Gadzi really gave his best shocking impression on that one. Just lives rent-free behind. And oh no, they're not done yet. Even big bombs coming through. Soldier in, Demo follow-up. Beautiful just destruction. They were not ready to be pushed at that quickly already. They thought they were safe getting the spawns in real quick, but they're not giving them the luxury here. Nice stuff by NOOBPANZER. It's coming out late this map, but maybe it's not too late.
I mean, they still have plenty of time on the board. There's 17 minutes left, only 2 down. That's exactly the mentality you have. This seems like such a golden ticket for them as well. 80% here on Piggles. Just has to get it all the way up to 100, and then it's a full Uber charge push in onto the Witness Gaming last. It's almost a good start there, but unfortunately, Adiski just not quite able to convert that damage in onto Silentis. Instead, Pappy gets a little bit aggressive and almost taken down as well. Both soldiers have to be on the back foot here as the Uber now comes forward onto the sentry gun, but Joe's a little bit slow in taking it down, and now the heavy out of Silentis does a lot of work, and is just getting bowed by Auto. He's invincible. NOOBPANZER are not able to find him. They commit all of their players onto him, but he just stays alive because Auto hits every arrow under the sun. Adiski's the only player holding second, and he will just get cleaned up. That was such a beautiful play by Auto.
Somehow Domo dies there at the end, but you know what? We take those. Wedding down, we got them, boys. Huge ad from here on out. And you know what? Maybe that's the reason why he still constantly switches to heavy for all these random maps as well, because apparently whatever he does, this just happens. And that might just be all they need. Ooh, a little uncharacteristic sticky trap from NOOBPANZER here on mid as well, near the lamp. I haven't seen that one all too much. Joe just waiting for someone to come this way. Obviously they will. They have this Uber ad to spare. There's no time to waste anymore. Don't want to give NOOBPANZER any other chances like this again. Who knows what happens next time here. You want to just take this across the map as much as you can. However, Medic is just not coming that direction. That trap will not have any impact. Neither of them will actually. Match from Catwalk just not able to get on that at all. It is meanwhile getting munched on by Ixie. However, that man's not alone. Has some backup here as well. Gazi baited into another fight, and it's just not a winning one in the end. Everyone on Witness just quick on that one. However, there's one last-ditched effort here in the backlines. And Auto, I mean, he doesn't have anything anyway. He can't get used to that one, and if you can't force the Medic, you sure need to make sure that's 150 damage, and was just barely shy of that.
That was very close from Puck. Unfortunately, not able to find the final rocket there. Auto just has too many moves, and he just stays alive. Piggles is sitting at 100%. Auto only has 65. So it is Silentis sitting on the lamp, trying to make something happen here. But you see the bomb comes in. Happy immediately actually just finds a kill here onto Adiski, which slows it down push so much here. Now Silentis wants to go in onto Piggles. Doesn't find the kill, but they've slowed down enough on a Witness here. They now just have 100% of their own NOOBPANZER. I mean, they could bust. Not sure they should, but it looks like they might just do it.
I mean, we'll see, but sometimes you have to take these chances, right? And NOOBPANZER on that part are 2 down as well. Big bomb coming through by Puck again. The air shot not landing. Really had to connect. Auto on 70 will not use to that until really forced to. And that's 2 down all of a sudden. Voxy dying obviously with that as well here, and it's just not looking so good anymore. All of Witness in at once. Big damage getting hit already. Joe doesn't get the flash in time. Piggles forces, but with the beam on the scout in an attempt to get out of here, and it's just making bad things go even worse now.
It's such a big bomb there from the Witness Soldier as well. Getting in does so much damage just right before Pickles pops the Uber charge. Puts them all so low, and with Joe not caught in that, it just means that he falls. Now the rest of the team, the re-engage on the second point here in yard for Witness is so powerful. They find everyone. It's 2 players in forward spawn. It's Gad's on the Pyro in forward spawn. What's he cooking? Probably not that much, because he's about to lose the round if he doesn't go back to last. Instead, he's on the Sniper. Gad's special is the classic, but it's not on point. It's another round for Witness, who capitalize on the smallest of margins and just take us up 3-0 now.
Yeah, that's just the quality I expected with this game. You make one mistake and they go with it as far as humanly possible. They're not giving any chance up you give to them here as well. You make a mistake, you will regret it. 3-0 already, and we're barely halfway through. This might, at this pace, this might end early. And again, against a team like NOOBPANZER, you wouldn't think it would be this convincing of a game, but they really are just doing it to them.
It feels like TF2 easy. They were getting outmaneuvered by NOOBPANZER every step of the way. This time around, Witness are outmaneuvering NOOBPANZER every step of the way. I say that on a mid. It's a decent start. Kill onto Auto now. Thomas and Pappy not able to find Pickles. You need momentum for NOOBPANZER to stay in this game against Witness. Only Pappy surviving. This is a great start to the round. They have to be able to convert, though. It's 12 minutes, 30 seconds. You need to get around here very quickly to not just be in such big time trouble. Okay, it's gaming time. Gazi just stole Thomas's scatter gun. That's how he gets all of his power. I think it's over now. It's a crits Krieg from Pickles here. He's on the Joker's crits. He's sitting on crossbow as well. He doesn't want to reveal it to the enemy. This is crazy. They're sitting up on top here. Looks like they're trying to maybe just send an angle. There's some sort of a soldier crits onto top. Maybe the Mike frag video from 10 years ago. That's such a cute mind game with the like switching to arrows. Except you realize they don't buff anyone while they're doing it. Instead, it's just going to be a demo man crits hit through in on to losses. The crits comes out. The Joe first stick. He doesn't find anything. The second one is inches away from Domo, but it hasn't found anything. It's just 1 kill onto the sentry gun here. But Auto doesn't have Uber. He's sitting at 95%. The soldier bomb's in, and he's just barely getting taken down here. Ixie Domo, the only 2 up, and the NOOBPANZER crits doesn't find anything on his own, but so much space taken. That was the best crit streak of all time. To the game. Honestly, go to crit streak. Does 0 damage, everyone dies anyway. It's all the mental damage being done here right now. I don't know how that makes sense, but you know what? We take those maybe 3-1, a little bit more of that, and maybe they have a chance. However, no crit streak to mid this time. No crit streak to mid. It's going to be more stock standard, and this Joe eating a lot of damage from Domo. Oh, he's so precious, just gets taken down by the stickies. The spam comes out, and that's Demo Man for the side of NOOBPANZER, I say, but Auto just gets taken down in the meantime. Hugo Gaz managing to make it work, so Voxy could have run it back with Pickles, laughed all the way to the bank here, but they're going to have to be careful here. This is, I think, the only mid-fight that Auto actually died in as well, and they took every bond on NOOBPANZER to just go fully unhinged mode and just press W the entire way, feed away, and get Pickles out early. Maybe not the most efficient mid-fight, as some might argue, but maybe it will find them success here. They still have to worry though, Salentis up top them as well. Pickles gets so late into lobby though. They're so far back. Honestly, it feels like Pickles here. He's completely fine. Salentis wants to get in, get that force, finally just doesn't manage to get it for once in Pickles' life. Instead, he's going to have to contend with so much spam here from Domos. They want to go in. They want to keep this Uber going. They want to use this potentially, honestly, as late as possible, but before Auto gets one of his own. They're going to try and take as much space as they can without popping Zuba. They might just have to pop it through Choke. There's a lot of spam dealt by Witness, as Auto almost has of his own as well. Uber now coming up for both teams. We're back on mid. It's an even Uber fight, but Hugo behind, and he's very, very low here as well. Has to take a pack and has to play it really far back. So the Uber's traded now on to Thomas in on a point here, but there's actually no kills really being had for either side because the Uber hasn't found anything yet. Finally, Thomas getting taken down as all of NOOBPANZER, they're stuck on their own crates, but they're making it work. It's now a kill onto Joe, it's a kill onto Hugo, and now everyone else from NOOBPANZER falls as TF2 Easy are just laughing right now because NOOBPANZER are not able to find anything. It's a complete wipe for Witness in the turnaround. Yeah, TF2 Easy wants to still have a shot at the second place. This is the result they need to see here. Witness winning turns out might actually be pretty good for them here in the long run, but that's still a while away here before TF2 Easy gets a chance. It's still NOOBPANZER needing to desperately hold on
to any chance they have. At the moment, Witness though in the upper hand by far, and I spy with my little eye. Thomas on a funny off class.
Oh my god, this is definitely gonna work. I want to see ones in chat right now if Thomas is not going to kill the medic with this, or actually kill anyone.
I mean, we'll see. They have the time for it, and the longer things take now, right? This has not been a boring game. I think the age-old philosophy of haha stalemate games has not been true for the last few seasons anyway, but certainly not this game as well. This, however, now is where you can and maybe should play a little bit safer now as well. That said, that spy play involves 3 people sacking him. I mean, we got one.
It's actually a really nice idea from Thomas there. Goes in, sets the gun, and it opens the door for Pappy and Silentis to just bomb in without getting contested by that gun. Unfortunately, instead, the soldiers don't quite work. But the spy just runs in with the revolver, pistols down Joe. It's pretty good.
I want to see this play in every other lower division from now on.
Yep.
Clearly,
I'm
it's
down.
good because the best team did it.
Alright, now, Uber's coming out for both teams here. It's a single kill onto Silentis on the flank here as well. Ganzi and Adiski managed to fight that. So now, Witness Gaming, they cannot really so far get in on to second. They're trying to make it happen, but NOOBPANZER instead, they're all the way into their own lunchbox and they want to try and get forwards. Pappy's sitting so close and actually manages to snag himself a nice little kill onto Gazi here. Thomas is going to have to be careful. It does get taken down as now Witness, they're still on yard. And this fight, it's backwards and forwards here. But Pappy eats so much damage. The kill onto Adiski, it's not quite enough, but the arrow from Auto keeps Pappy alive. Finally gets taken down, but in the meantime, people are just on the cap. It's Witness. It's one Ixie running back to last. Everyone has to go back for him. And he does get taken down. Doma walks in through top, wants to find a kill, but doesn't. And now it's a demo down for Witness. It's such a nice heads-up play, but they just stay in it.
The fact that Auto lives down here, this is crazy, by the way, as well. That man had to surf indoors on second here. It's just wild that he managed to survive any of this. However, Domo barely being selected here about Ixie, it's just not all coming together here in the end. It slows things down, however, and with Auto living, they are about to have a loop again, and they're happily taking this fight while they're waiting for their spawners.
It's just taking this trade in on it 2 seconds, but crucially for Witness, they have no positioning here. They've managed to get Thomas behind though, but a kill onto Auto for NOOBPANZER. This is a pretty good start. Now they know Thomas is behind, but because his medic goes down, his delay, Pappy shot down by Hugo in the meantime though, and this allows NOOBPANZER to go forwards. They're still down 2 rounds. They have to watch out because Sil's in the corner and he just appears out of nowhere. Pickles barely survives. Thomas gets taken down as well, and this is such a big angle here for NOOBPANZER. They have to be able to convert this. 40% advantage on to Pickles right now.
I mean, 6 minutes left, time is running out quick, but they still have a chance. That was a close fight to win, and there's a lot more of those to come if they want to bring this back. Sort already all the way forward. Puck just sneaking around second, seeing what's to find here. Maybe can get a jump on someone somehow in any of this, but disadvantage if they're not hurrying this up won't last into the final point of the map. So how are they going to play this from here? Playing it safe will get them this point, aggressive. But yeah, you need stuff to go quick at this point.
There's only 5 minutes left on the round timer here, so the Uber's just going to come out immediately. Auto, 85% as this time around the gun falls. Heavy into the corner is not going to be healed by his medic because Auto just gets taken down, and now no heals for Witness. They're going to have to hold this on their own. Silentis, Thomas falling as well here. The red players, rather, are falling onto the point here. Gaz is taken down, but the rest of his team is able to follow up. Pickles with a nice little sword kill to get his team to 2 rounds. It's 3-2 now as NOOBPANZER are crawling their way back. 5 minutes.
And where has this all-dominant Witness gaming from the early game gone at this point? Suddenly, one spy play later, it feels like it's just such a far cry away from this anymore. All that changed really, I feel like, is NOOBPANZER just doubled down on playing a little bit more aggressive as well, especially in the mids. So I'm really interested to see how they approached this one last time. They just went balls to the wall all in at once, and while they lost the point, I guess, they got the man out alive, and that's maybe all they need here.
A lot of early damage onto Domo means that Adiski can just bomb him and find him immediately. Auto isn't even on mid at the moment because Puck is bombing him and Choke as well. It's giving so much space for NOOBPANZER, but they don't really have the health bars to stay in this. Instead, it's just Gazi and Piggles has to run out this med, and Thomas and Pappy are so bloodthirsty. Gazi has to make it work on his own. Finds 1 kill to Pappy, but now Piggles is on his lonesome. It's Thomas chasing him, but not far enough. Witness Gaming, they come out on top of the mid with with 4 minutes here to play for. They're up around. In theory, if Coach Cadis is here, he's yelling at them to slow down. Slow down.
But that is not the Witness I've seen in a hot minute, so wait a second, bomb on mid as well, that is re-pushing instantly.
They are just going forwards. They don't have time. Once again, they're down this round. They have to keep just pressuring, keep trying to make it work. This is how they broke TF2 Easy with this pressure cooker style. Keep throwing themselves at the enemies. The Ubers traded now for both teams, but headshot onto Silent. From Silentas onto Voxy there. Makes it so much harder for Voxy to get in. Kill onto Ixie's a good start. Also actually dangerously low as well. But all of NOOBPANZER. Silentas another one onto a Disky.
Every time there's a sniper on this map, I keep saying it is not that good a map for sniper, but no one sees it coming. And why would you play around any sidelines on mid of all things here as well? And still just catches them by surprise. 2 150s really easily without putting themselves in harm's way whatsoever. And suddenly Witness turned this all the way back around, and now they're in the last place they want to be on NOOBPANZER. So they got to bring this one all the way back from there on last point.
You can see how aggressive they're being. They really don't want to give up the second point at all. They're just trying to make something happen. You see them already. They're sitting in a second, really desperate to try, just frothing at the mouth to try and get out here, sending in some sort of a play. It's a Disky through drop down, but he's spotted immediately. The counter aggression as well comes out of NOOBPANZER, but they found nothing for their maneuvering. Instead, it's just a little bit of space here out of Lunchbox, but they're not completely able to go through because you can see all this time Witness are just posturing towards Shutter. The moment NOOBPANZER picks a side, Witness will just take the other, and instead they might just get a kill onto a Disky here. One down slows NOOBPANZER so much here on second.
They just don't have the time for any of this anymore, and Witness are just taking as much of it as they can right now. Not making much of a move with the one kill they have. They just square up again around the doorways into the yard area and make sure no one gets through at all for the next 2 more minutes. This is all they have to do here. This 30-minute time limit just playing perfectly into their hands with the lead they have. NOOBPANZER has to go against the team up in the rounds right now. It's going to be a difficult one, but it's the only chance they have.
They just have to send it in through Lunchbox here as the Uber trade comes out, but Pappy is going to end up taking the solo here with the enemy team flashing a little bit as well, and this leaves Piggles in such a terrible position. 1 kill into Domo, but now NOOBPANZER are going to have to do it without that medic. Silenta's taken down as well, but Voxy's just fighting Pappy all on his own. Disky is the one member, finds a singular rocket here onto Ixie, but he's going to have to retreat up into the health pack. Tomas is chasing him here, has the support of Pappy as well, but Disky actually has a decent angle to not find anything. It's Tomas cleaning him up, and it looks like Witness. So many kills, they get it, and now the cap. It's 1 minute and 30 left. Witness are looking in control. Tomas gets aggressive onto Joe and doesn't find the kill.
They just have to go in now. There's no second chances here. If you don't do anything, you will lose instantly. NOOBPANZER has to keep pressing W, and Witness just needs to play smart around that knowledge. You have to let them come in and take them down any step of the way here. Can't spend the second point. Piggles on crit streak, but what does that matter? They still won't have first.
Ooh. It's a decent opening kill here onto Silentas. Pappy dropped down really low as well, and that lets a Disky. He tries for the bomb, but he just gets denied. Gazzy takes taken down as well here, as Pickles is so very low. He's 90, but doesn't have auto in the meantime. Gets the Uber popped out. They find so many frags, and yes, it's a lot of damage dealt by Puck. And auto drops down just dangerously low. Picked off by Rollers here, but it's just Joe alive. Against 5 members of Witness is going to have to be a miracle play. Finds one as everyone funnels onto the point, but he doesn't find a second one. A Disky sniper now on to the point, but it's 30 seconds left. The Gazzy Pyro as well. It's a reflect kill onto Silentas, but Witness, they're fine with this. 20 seconds now. They're just sending in players forwards. Keep them back for as long as possible, because in 15 seconds you take first place.
Yeah, that should be the end of it here. Still having a little bit of fun at the end of it all. The Pyro will go down, of course, to the medic as it usually goes. Ooh. And there we go, the Huntsman Thomas snipe. One more for the Logs right there. Witness claims first place into playoffs for this season. Well deserved by all means, but NOOBPANZER are making this one a real difficult one at the end. They had to come back from so much as well, but the fact they got this close is still worth quite a bit here, and that makes potential rematch in players a little bit more reassuring, knowing that, okay, product aside, maybe Bagel as well. Witness are crazy on that map too, actually. Cough maps aside, maybe this match is doable somehow. With just a few more adjustments. A better start to this whole thing as well. Might just be all you need here.
That was a much better game on Granary.
Yeah,
compared
for what
to,
it's worth though.
The product,
it's still gold season, baby. Witness staying on top.
Yep. I am excited for the games to come for this team. NOOBPANZER versus Witness versus TF2Easy. Those games actually were really close. I'm excited to see that in the playoffs. But it's going to be Witness Gaming. They're taking all 6 points, and they should be wrapping up their season with a perfect scoreline. So they take all the points available to them in their entire season.
And in a season like this, that's honestly even more impressive than in some others, I think.
Yep.
Competition was so tough, but actually they're not even done yet, by the way. I just realized they still have TF2Easy to go for.
Oh, that's true, actually. They still have TF2Easy.
There's still one fear.
Surely.
I don't know if anyone was close to them ever in history. It's been those guys.
Yep. Maybe
who knows?
Maybe it's finally time for TF2Easy to actually beat Witness for more than one map.
And mind you, they need to win that one real bad as well. At least one map. If they win one map in that, they can still take second place, I believe.
I have no idea. I haven't done the math. I'm gonna be honest.
How many are there? 23? Okay, never mind. They need to actually win both. Or at least make a golden cap in the second round. They need more than 3 points against Witness. Yeah, that's a little bit more difficult, actually.
Yep, we'll have to see. I believe at the moment the date for that game is set to Thursday.
Yes, I think so too.
I have no idea how realistic that date actually is, but
I'll just ask Mr. Morale later tomorrow, and then we'll find out, I guess. So stay tuned. Match pages should be up tomorrow on TFTV to find out. I think one thing that I think a lot of people noticed already this season, but didn't really talk about so much, and maybe I should mention to Lucky to ask him as well. Domo's been on every grenade launcher tonight. Not much on the lock and load, just like a few minutes on.
Was he on the cannonballs?
Oh no, he wasn't on that actually. I mean, like the good ones.
But the cannonballs are the good ones.
The real ones. But he does switch them a lot, and that's like kind of unique in a way here as well. Joe was mostly on lock and load, certainly from the beginning. I think he swapped off late, and that one they were starting to win, maybe? Or maybe that's onto something. Maybe lock and load isn't all that good, actually. It's just kind of annoying.
You've heard it here first. Lock and load fraud weapons for Americans only.
I hate that thing. Please. Yeah, Domo used like a tiny bit of lock and load, but mostly the others as well. Yep. He used Iron Bomber a lot this map instead. But also the stock, it's like, he switches a lot. That's like something I really want to get like the rationale on as well, when actually it's worth switching, or maybe he does it just by feel, who knows. Certainly worth looking at though, that it's just constantly something else. He did like 20% of the damage with stickies and 24, 23 Iron Bomber grenade launcher each. It's weird. There's been a lot of lock and load this season in what might be the most targeted against me Monkey's Paw of all time after the Iron Bomber nerf. So, you know, sometimes mess around with the way things are, and you'll just not get anything good out of it. But you know what? Some people like Dobo are hanging onto the stock pipes and the Iron Bomber, and actually do use rollers to good effect as well.
Alright guys, with that in mind, DuMmTm, quick, tell me, what other games are we expecting to see this week? Quickly.
Well, as we already said, Witness against TF2Easy, aka the big one, but is it really still the big one? TF2Easy has to prove himself now after the loss against NOOBPANZER that they're still hanging in there, not just with NOOBPANZER, but also Witness Gaming. And on top of that, they still have their Week 7 game to play as well on TF2Easy. They still have CSG to go through as well. Those guys desperately need points. If they win a map, I believe 4Fans can't catch up with them. But if 4Fans sees anything other than a map win for CSG, all they have to do is beat Shadow with that money gang to make playoffs themselves this week. Those are coming to you Wednesday and Thursday respectively, so stay tuned for that.
With that, guys, I think it is bedtime because it is Monday.
Badge.
And I have to get up and go to work tomorrow. It's really upsetting. With that in mind, I'm gonna go to bed. I think DuMmTm might not go to bed. Beater's probably going to bed, I assume. But that's it for us for now. Come back Wednesday, come back Thursday, come back every day. But most days we won't be there. Just come back Wednesday. It's going to be good. With that, yep. Fully Charged is happening when it's happening. I have no idea. I'm kind of sick at the moment. So we'll see.
Beater, cut him off.